probably the worst time of the day to try to be filming. I'm under the shade right now, but it's very bright out there. But I really wanted to turn you guys on to something. If you're local to my area, which is just outside of Jacksonville, Florida, if you're anywhere around here, I found somebody on Craigslist who has a plot of land off of Dunn Avenue. And he allows, I guess, I don't know if it's his company or he just allows tree service companies to dump on this plot of land, but he has over 100 tons of wood chips for free for anybody to come and get. And I just went and got my first. I've seen this place for years and I didn't know what it was. I just found him on Craigslist, and I went and got my first load, and I wanted to show you guys what I got and let you guys know if you're out there and you're looking for wood chips. Maybe you're like me, you've been signed up with Chip Drop for years and you've never got anything. There's a very generous person out here who is getting the wood chips and allowing us to take them for free. You don't have to ask permission, nothing. You just pull up and get your wood chips. So this is my first load here. I didn't fill it all the way up because I didn't have a tarp or anything. I didn't even need the shovel. I was able to do everything by hand, just pushing it into a 5-gallon bucket and dumping it in my truck. I've got to figure out exactly what I want to do with the wood chips I have today. While this resource is available, I'm going to be taking advantage of it because I've always wanted to do the Back to Eden style garden where you have a very deep layer of the wood chips, and over time it breaks down, starts to improve your soil, and you can have a really great productive garden in there. My garden has the black garden plastic. I put that down this year to keep the weeds from coming up, along with a layer of straw. And so while that has been very beneficial for me for keeping the weeds out of my garden, I've realized that it kind of hinders some things like water. When I was able to get out here with the water hose and I could water at the base of the plant, that's fine. But once everything started growing and kind of taking over, I can't get my water hose in there to water just at the base. So I've just been relying on the rain, which when we have a lot of rain works, but when it's just not a very heavy rain or not a very consistent rain, it's not getting in to the little holes that I put in the garden fabric to water the plants. Originally I thought I would just come in with these wood chips and cover what I've already got down, but now I'm thinking I probably need to pull that weed fabric up if I'm gonna do the wood chips. But then if I don't have enough to make a deep enough layer, the weeds are just gonna come through. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with this first load. If I want to go ahead and set it up somewhere else and let it start breaking down, if I want to go ahead and turn it into compost, if I want to create another garden bed. I don't know yet. But I do need to get to work getting it out of the back of my truck, so that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so there's my first pile, and I've sprayed it down, and I'm going to cover it, and that's mostly to keep my chickens from scratching it out, but also to speed up the heating process, get that breaking down sooner. Just dug down into here to see if there was anything going on, and there's no heat in here at all. But when I was digging for that pile, I got about a foot down into it where there was some moisture, and it was so hot I couldn't touch it with my bare hands. I've always heard people say that the compost pile can heat up, it could get real hot, it could start fires. I believe it now. I'm not sure why my lasagna style is not heating up when just piles of wood chips did. So, but I'm learning. So I'm not sure how to know, like with most things in my garden, when my beans are ready to be harvested. I don't really touch them much because of those ants, but some of these, if I can get in close enough, some of these you can definitely see the beans formed in. So Do I start picking these now? I mean, they're kind of all over the place. I did hack back a lot of my sick leaves yesterday. I put those into the burn pile on the other side of the property to keep any of the disease or whatever it is from making its way over here, hopefully. It is miserably hot out today. Humid. Very, very humid. I really wanted to get some things done out here, but I think I'm just gonna have to wait till later this evening. It's just too much. I make myself sick trying to work through this. Okay, I can't get my camera to focus, but I've got to fight these ants to get my harvest. And I swear, as I'm knocking them off, they're releasing some kind of smell. Maybe I'm totally crazy, but I swear they're releasing a smell. It's really strange. Have you ever heard of something like that? I wasn't expecting a green bean harvest, but I'll take it. Now to decide if I'm gonna blanch and freeze or have some green beans for a snack. I just came over here to deadhead my echinacea, and there are ants living inside the head. They are coming out now because I grabbed it to pull it off, and they all started coming out like they've made a home inside here. That's really interesting. Look, you guys, look. I was just telling you guys about this. About how they're not turning. Look at that one. It may not have been all the way right, but I'm eating it. No. Definitely not. Not sweet. Not sweet at all. Elderberries are starting to ripen. I just found a cluster. It's hopefully going to start raining soon. I went ahead and pulled this one off, even though it's still got some green color, but look at the bottom. And I think it sounds hollow. And it didn't take too much pressure to get that off, so I'm hoping I'm correct in thinking this is ripe. Alright, you guys, I am going to take advantage of the fact that it is extremely overcast and nice and cool. I'm going to get some work done out here, so I'm going to turn the camera off so I'm not distracting myself. Thank you guys for watching. I always enjoy having you here. Hope to see you again in the next video. Bye, guys.